Hello, Cardinals. This is a video on how to create a roommate group after you have applied for housing for the 2025-2026 school year. And this is from a viewpoint of a first-time freshman. So the first thing you're going to do is log into the Cards Nest portal by using your U of L credentials. So that means your U of L email address and password that you use for New Cards Gateway. Once you have logged in and you have completed the FERPA consent, which should have been done before you are able to complete the application, you will look in the upper red ribbon and find the Apply for Housing button. Once you click on the Apply for Housing button, you are going to click back on the academic year 2025-2026. This is what you originally clicked on when you applied for housing the first time, but you will need to go back through this exact steps to be able to get to the roommate group. Once you are in your application review page, you will see your completed application. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you will see a drop-down menu that you will select roommate groups. The most important thing to note at this point is that you will not be able to get to this roommate groups page until you complete an application. So all students who would like to be placed into a roommate group will need to complete an application first before they're even able to get to this next step. Once you do, click roommate groups, click save and continue. You will then be brought to a page that specifies that no group has been made currently. So there are a couple different ways in which you are able to do this. So you can create a whole new group, which will then allow you to create a group name and a kind of specified password that you are able to share with the other students you would like to join your roommate group. So that is one way. But if you do hit the go back button, you are able to join an existing group. You are able to search for a roommate group by a name and or password. And there is also a step to add roommates to an existing group. So what I'm going to do first is, because I have a student in mind that I would like to room with, but we may not have created a group yet, but I do want to find that student to be able to add them to my group. So I'm going to click add roommates to group. This is going to bring up a roommate search query, so you can specify or be able to search up the student by their student ID number. So there is a drop down that is able to exclude results that cannot be added or joined. So within this roommate group, it is very important to make sure that all students that would like to be in a roommate group are the same classification. So that means if there are all students that are all first-time freshmen or all students that are upperclassmen status, but there are in no means able to mix the both. So they're not able to have a first-time freshman and a upperclassman in a room. So that is very important to note. So in this case, I do have another student who is also a first-time freshman that I do want to room with that is also the same gender as me. So I am able to look up that student on here. So I'm looking them up by their student ID number. Once you do put in their 7-digit student ID number, you can search. And you will then find the student in question and be able to either add them to your group, send them a message to kind of get the hellos and everything out of the way, or view their profile, and the viewing the profile will show their roommate matching questions that they also did answer on their application. And if you click on send a message, it will be able to send them a message. So in this case, I do want to add Mackenzie to my group. And at that point, you will get a message that you have sent a request to Mackenzie to be able to have her accept that, to be able to join into the group. At this point, you can see the group that you have created, and you are able to change the name or edit the group if you would like. You can view the profile, so everybody's roommate matching questions that they answered, and then you can also see any outgoing requests, so any invites that you have sent to anybody, and you are able to cancel that request if you have changed your mind for any reason. It's very important to note that we recommend that you do not verify a group until you have all students or all residents that you would like to live with in a group solidified already. This verifying group locks everyone in. So if at any point you maybe wanted to add someone else in or take someone out, I would not verify until you are 100% sure that you would like those people to be in a group. You can delete the group at any point, and you are able to edit the group to be able to remove any people or change the name, change the password, anything like that. So the first thing you're going to want to do is coordinate with everybody that you would like to have in that roommate group, and make sure that everyone has a completed application. Because if you do not have a completed application, you will not even be able to get to this roommate group section. You will then need to kind of verify who is going to be the leader of your group, and that person will then be able to send out invites to the remaining students who would like to be in that roommate group. And it is very important that those students do approve or accept that invite before this expiration date, because at that point, you will most likely have to send out another invite to them to be able to accept. Righty. And once that is complete, and once all students have been able to accept those invites, your roommate group will be created. And you can either verify that group to lock everyone in, or keep that unverified to be able to kind of change in and out with students that you may meet on campus at any point. And that is how you create a roommate group as a first-time freshman.